Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another installment of the State of FEH Podcast. We are on our 37th episode now. I'm your host, DTM, and I'm joined by Oblivion Knight and Joel from Phaeology, as per usual. How are you two doing this fine evening?
It's been an exciting day. And it's about to get more exciting, I think. We got a lot of stuff coming up. Mm-hmm. We're also in the middle of the 35th anniversary, which we'll be talking about a lot. So it's been an interesting month.
It's been like this. It's been both a huge disappointment and major excitement, like all rolled into one. So there's been so many things that we, hoping we would get, not like in the terms of a Fire Emblem game 35th anniversary, right?
True.
And then we've got great banners and bad characters and good stuff and bad stuff, and so that's I am very conflicted over how I feel about this month.
Right, because even beyond the 35th anniversary, there was I was about to say FEH Channel, but no, a Nintendo Direct, right, where they showed off the Switch 2 and actual supposed titles, but obviously it did not happen that there was going to be a Fire Emblem one. So honestly, I'm really, really believing that the theory that the leaker saw Emblem Sigurd and thought it was an FE4 game, and that's just what I'm considering right now.
Yeah, I think at this point, I think we have to kind of give up. If it is an FE4 remake, it's not happening now. I don't think. That's where I'm at least right now. That's why I literally started playing FE4 on stream, is because I was like, okay, I give up. It's been years. I'm done. I'm just gonna accept it.
Is that a plug? If in case you want to see FE4,
if you want to see Oblivion Rage on FE4, come watch my show.
Yes, spending 4 hours on a chapter, it will be fun.
Yeah, 5 hours to get through the prologue in one chapter. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that game needs a remake, but I guess if the universe wills it so that now that you're playing the original, the remake will come out next. We will salute you, Oblivion, for your service.
Wow, that would be mean.
I thought about that because there was some thinking, and this wasn't a rumor at all. It was just guesswork. Folks were saying maybe there was some kind of weird teaser at the end of the Mario Kart Direct, and I thought how funny that would be because of how it lined up with Oblivion's first stream.
Dude, at the end of the Mario Kart Direct, you just see Elamine come out on a freaking cart, just drifting. Oh my gosh!
Wait,
yes,
that would have been sick.
Absolutely.
They should let me do advertisement for Nintendo. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
I mean, just IS. IS would be so much better. We'll keep you there.
Right.
Oh man.
But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait further more. We have to wait more for the next FE game potentially. Meanwhile, we're here in FEH and we have a lot on our plates, including the latest emblem of the Emblem series. I guess that's what it's called. It's Emblem Eirika. How fitting that we're going to be discussing Emblem Eirika now that her game is being released on the Nintendo Switch Online service. I guess to pin that in the timeline of when we're recording that.
Right. It was announced an hour ago.
Yeah. I swear I do not have work at Nintendo. It's all coincidence. But yeah, Emblem Eirika is probably the strongest Emblem unit right now. Her ring maybe less so, but I think as a unit, the ability to be a ranged unit and not be affected by, far save effectively is really, really strong, as we've seen in this last SDS.
Yeah, I mean, man, I don't know. We started off with Marth, and it was it was really good, but tame. It was oh, this is solid. And we got Ike. Ike was kind of broken, right? And then it just skyrocketed out of control. They're everyone gets warping, everyone gets to become Yuri. We have a 6-range nuke now, and now we have a unit who's a ranged nuke who can ignore far saves essentially. Man, is Eirika crazy? In everything too. It's not just summoner duels, it's ether raids. I guess arena, I don't know how she scores. I'd have to look into that. But man, this unit is just, I think I put it best as she's just unfair. You play against her and you're oh man, this is not cool.
Yeah, she was.
It's interesting. I mean, the thing that folks don't I don't think they discount is the extra range that she gets. Like it essentially gives her the same range as Sigurd, but the ability to attack like that creates some really interesting strategies that people aren't used to defending against. Mm-hmm. So I have seen folks just absolutely get stymied by her. I think as a unit, she is stronger than when Lyn got here, but I think Lyn was more influential because of the combination of Lyn and the safety fence. So I've been thinking about how to say that, and I think that those two were absolutely bonkers and still are. But I mean they effectively made they made Aetherhead's offense much easier.
Oh so. Yeah. I think I agree with what you're saying. It's like a storm of convenience for Lyn. We're like, oh, it's a very powerful unit. She has the ring, so you can double up on it, right? And then also safety fence. Like it was a bit much, to be honest. Like I think we all kind of agree they made offense a little bit too easy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I definitely agree that. I think Eirika is. Well, they're both really unique, to be fair. But I think Eirika is like being the first unit who can attack at 2 different ranges is something that like Fire Emblem fans have just been waiting for a very long time. If you've played any other Fire Emblem, right? Because like hand, axe, javelin, that's something built into Fire Emblem, and we really haven't had that until now.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a mechanic that is prevalent in Fire Emblem, but personally, I thought they would have never implemented it just to how Faye seemed to be like coded and like have that like locked in. But I guess with this new style addition, they have that ability now, and so like the possibilities are endless of what they could incorporate from other mainline Fire Emblem games. But I think like for me, it's not necessarily the range that makes her powerful. It's the fact that she can do like 1 range or 2 range. It's the fact that her 2 range is basically like the skills that are affected by it are counted as 1 range essentially. So like you know it activates against near saves, but it doesn't activate against far saves, and that really makes trying to defend against her a lot different than the other units that we've had previously. So I think we are in this sort of interesting period where, you know, the countermeasures people have come up with so far are still in the early phase and pretty limited. I have seen the rise of Brave Bernadetta due to Emblem Eirika, along with, I guess, the general 6 range units that we've seen, where, like, you know, one of the ways to prevent all these nukes is to just hit before they can hit you. And so, yeah, that's been one of the ways I've seen people try to resolve that. Ice remains as strong as ever to just stop that. Most people are not running Celica Ring on Eirika because it doesn't give her extra range. So it's generally Sigurd Ring. So Ice is generally good if you can like be like Ice Lock or Brave Robin Smite in or something like that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, especially this coming SDR where Eirika's still bonus, I believe.
Right. I mean, Ice is definitely a very good countermeasure, but I wouldn't say it's perfect, right? Because she can still kind of just peek over the ice and hit people sometimes. Like, I don't know. Like, whenever I was playing with Eirika, it just felt so, like, unfair once I got her into position. Like, that was, like, the thing. Like, once I could get her into, a threatening range where I could actually hit people, like, it just felt like I was in control of the game, essentially. Which is scary for summoner duels because, like, a lot of times that just comes down to did you go first? Which is not my favorite place to be in any metagame, really. But yeah, like I think like the combination of not only having the extended range, like Joel was saying, with like the 6 spaces essentially, but also getting around saves, and also she just hits really hard, like really, really hard. There's a unit that came out, we'll talk about a little bit later, but let's say this unit came out and we were all kind of like, hey, this is probably the best Omni tank in the game. And I had Eirika one-shot her, and she was plus 10 with the perfect build with support. And Eirika one-shot her, not Brave, one hit, just bonked her in the head and she was dead. And I was like, okay, Eirika. And my Eirika's plus 0 with no IVs or anything. Like, so this unit's just really, really strong.
Yeah. I will say when it comes to Ice or like the turn 1 meta, This is why I actually kind of like Brave Robin now, because unlike Ice Lock, if you go on like the second turn with Brave Robin, you can do the repo and apply ice at the same time. So you can get your like 6 ranged unit in while having them protected. And because the ice goes like 2 spaces away, even with Eirika like 2 range, like you're still protected, assuming Eirika doesn't run Sucker Ring, which they generally don't do. And so honestly, it's a great time to be a female CYL. Is it 8 or is it 9? I can't remember. Winner right now. Yeah. Man. What about her ring, though? We've talked a lot about Eirika, but the ring herself, I think, has been impactful in a way I personally did not expect.
You're talking about on like defense, right? I mean, like,
yes.
the saviors with the ring. That is nuts to me. Absolutely hilarious. And I'm with you. Like when I first saw it, I think at the very end of my reaction, I went, oh, and you could probably put this on tanks and it'd be really good. I should have led with that. Like that is the biggest use of that. Honestly, it's ridiculous. It's fantastic to use.
I'm glad it hasn't fully caught on yet. Like I only saw it a few times in my SD run. I think that's also because there's another unit we'll be talking about a little bit later on who uses it extremely well. Mm-hmm. So I saw that more common than I saw on saves, but when it was on saves, it was very annoying. Like, like definitely like even with like a unit like Fjorm, who's kind of fallen off pretty hard, I would say. With the Eirika ring, it helps a lot because like if she can just survive 1 hit now, she's good instead of having to like actually like survive the nuke itself. Mm-hmm. And then also like obviously snakes, if you are relying on Miracle, that's not really going to be the best option anymore either. The thing now is like sweep skills, right? Like not letting them attack you at all, mm-hmm. which is interesting considering how I guess sweep kind of comes in and out of like popularity throughout every single year. Like it just happens. So we're kind of in the point right now where it's really strong.
Mm-hmm. And
it's really strong on a few select nukes. Like there are only a few nukes that can handle taking that kind of hit to their damage.
It depends, but yeah. Like it's because there's so many ways to get that now, right? Like it's not just running wind sweep. Like honestly, running wind sweep, like you said, is like a big nerf to your damage. I was doing my defense runs, and the one defense loss I had this week was someone just being really smart with their healer using flash, right? Just putting down that as a way to get in with their nukes, allowing their nukes to still run true full damage, but using that. And that's just the power of Lin Ring, and at the moment, healers being actually good, which is, in my opinion, really cool that healers actually have a place in the meta right now.
And of course, Layla. Layla's a great use of that as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Layla, very, very good too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it comes in and out of the meta, I think, depending on like whether or not tanks need to counterattack to like be able to tank effectively. Basically, right. If the tank can just like withstand all the hits without needing to kill the nuke before they get doubled, generally wind sweep and stuff like that doesn't really matter, because in that case you just focus all on defense, and then sweep doesn't really matter if they're not going to attack you back anyways. But like in case of like the snakes or Fjorm, I guess not Fjorm since she has NCD, but in terms of the snakes, like wind sweep actually does help out a lot in terms of the damage, because I think it negates a portion of her flat damage reduction. Mm-hmm. Right. So just having that makes you a more effective nuke. So the loss you would have for running wind sweep is not actually there when you're facing against the snakes. And so yeah, this is all to say this is a prelude for Wind Sweep 4, which does have true damage, and you can just swap it in with no downsides whatsoever.
Oh, man.
I don't think we're getting that. I think we're getting Wind Sweep Echo. Like that.
That would be interesting.
More to me, actually. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I think that's the spot for it.
Mm-hmm. I'd be super down for that, because that'd make Alm way better. I'd be super down for that. I mean, I think it could go either way. I don't know. Like they're so weird with some of their tier 4 B skills, right? Like we still have Vantage 4, and it's been like how many years? We got Desperation 4 like 2 years ago or more.
Yep.
But we don't even have updated Preempt Pulse. Like I thought they were gonna let that be updated, and they didn't even do that. So.
Yeah.
Very interesting how they design things.
And when they like add new skills and stuff like that. Like we still don't have a close counter seal, but I'm not gonna harp on that too
like
much.
we don't have the distant counter beast seal either. Like everybody else has their distant counter. Oh,
okay,
no, not beast.
Beasts already have enough. They don't need any more.
Okay, we're gonna talk about dragons later, so I don't want to hear it. They got a whole banner with every toy they could want.
Yeah, we'll talk about that and how much of a fraud that is. But anyways, enough about dragons.
Gosh.
We have the Young Fates banner, which is the latest iteration of the Young banner, featuring, well, coincidentally, also a dragon in young dual male Corrin, Leo, Camilla, and Elise, while Xander is, just being the Grail unit as he normally is. So I guess overall thoughts on this Young Fates banner. I know you're the biggest fan of Fates Oblivion, so like I'm sure you spent your orbs here.
Well, actually, if we want to bring that up, so I needed one Elise to kill because I was doing my Xander cosplay, right? And DTM over here curses me and says that I'm gonna have Heather luck, and so I have to go literally to Spark and get scam bubbles to get my Elise because of DTM. So yeah, unfortunately,
I'm sorry.
But now
I'm
Elise
sorry.
is complete. Elise is complete, so it's fine. And then while I was there, I already hit Spark, so I was like, why not get Camilla? But I think the banner itself, other than Camilla, actually that's not true. So I think this is gonna be like me sounding like such a hater, but I'm typically perceived that anyway, so I'm not really. It's fine. Male duo Corrin is just like kind of mid to me. Like he can work for sure. Like, and I think he works fine now, but I don't think he's a unit who's gonna age extremely well. Like I don't expect to see him in like 3 months. Essentially, that's where I'm at. I think the star of the banner obviously is Camilla. Like there's literally, if anyone doesn't think Camilla is the best unit on the banner, I don't know what you're doing. And then I think Leo's actually the second best unit on the banner. Leo's actually really, really, really good. Like that, he is a unit who has a lot going for him if you know how to use him correctly. Just because his power really isn't in his damage like a lot of other nukes. It's in his ability to like apply gravity and debuffs, mid-turn debuffs, which are really, really valuable.
Yeah, like I've seen some of those like Leo replays, especially on this current SES map where you have like that singular column of like space that most people try to get through, and just immediately shutting that down is like kind of insane, honestly, being able to control that mid-turn as well. I think I agree. Like Corrin, even though I do think he's a strong save now, like he doesn't really do anything special compared to someone like Rhea, who provides the miracle, or he's just like another save in the list of saves we have, and I don't think anything particularly stands out. And Camilla is definitely the star. I mean, this is, I think, the second actual 6-range melee unit. We're not counting Sigurd since Sigurd sucks. But Camilla...
Wow, okay.
he actually cannot kill anything. I don't know what people are talking about.
You hate all emblems. You are just an emblem
I actually
hater.
do. That's true. Like, Eirika sucks because she couldn't kill Rhea that one time on my run until like the very end. Like, they all suck. Anyways, Camilla actually has the damage to do that 6 range, and it's interesting in how it works in that you have to have like the divine veins there in order for her to warp. She does apply that on turn 1, but I have seen some interesting ways people have tried to go around that, specifically on turn 1, where obviously in Summer's duels, Camilla is like nowhere near enough to actually warp all the way through. So it's interesting, but yeah, she is definitely very, very powerful, and I would definitely say the star.
So I want to go back to Corrin because this is the weirdest thing. I've got a couple whale friends that whenever I'm looking for, hey, how is this unit working? I know that they've probably plus 10 the unit, and then it's, they've used it at its max. I can kind of feel them out. And like every one of them said the same thing. Oh yeah, Corrin's really good, especially at high merge. It's like, oh great, did you summon for them? No. I'm like, who summoned for this unit then? So I have yet to actually see one working in the wild as they're supposed to be, and everyone seems to be saying I keep on hearing, yes, this unit is good, but not good enough to summon for. So that's an interesting place for a unit like that to be. As far as Leo goes, I gotta ask you guys, I feel like this is Valentine's Leo take 2. And I had keep in mind, I had a high opinion on Valentine's Leo when he first came out, because that was Cavline meta was real big right then.
Right.
And he was incredibly useful during that time. And I don't feel like I feel like he had a nice solid worth, a solid value for a while, and then eventually fell off. But I feel like Leo's in about that same boat. Does that sound about right to you guys?
I think the difference is that Valentine's Leo was an Ether Age unit. Like he was just 100% Ether Age unit.
Absolutely.
This is the Summer Duels version of him, right? He is built for Summer Duels. He has the action economy you need. He has the mid-turn debuffs and the gravity. I think that's pretty much what they did. Like, it is Valentine's 2. They are just like, here's the SD spin on it.
Mm-hmm. The fact that I think it can apply mid-turn, having that flexibility, I think is very, very useful, because you are actually the one in control of when or who or where to apply that gravity. And maybe, when you're getting super cornered, you do that swap or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're a lot more safe. Like, it just feels a lot more flexible in terms of, being able to utilize his gravity effect.
Did you see the pasta for Leo?
I actually
so
did
it uses
not
Leo.
see pasta.
It uses Leo and Dagger's grandma. And it just does double gravity.
I heard about
shuts
that.
down the entire. It is so toxic. I ran into it once. Learned my lesson. I banned it every other time I saw it, because you literally just get your whole team stuck. It's just like, hey, everyone's stuck next to each other. They can't do anything. It's so while getting debuffed. It's so disgusting. Oh my gosh, Dagger's grandma just keeps going up in value.
Is there a more as a shadow team than that? I mean, his love for Thiazi just cracks me up. He absolutely loves that unit.
It's really cool, because you really do win. In a way that you don't win in any other strategy, because you're not really winning through combat. You're just winning by debilitating their entire team.
Yeah. Honestly, that feels like the best way to win. Honestly,
DTM.
Don't even need to attack. You can just win by aura, I guess.
I've never heard a more DTM answer in my entire life.
Absolutely.
I don't have to fight. I can stall. Woo.
Wow.
I'm gonna win through patience, and that's like your superpower in SD.
That is, which is why I'm very concerned about this upcoming SDR, where it's like Yunaka and Camilla City. But I've learned how to manifest the nuking powers, so hopefully Sakura will help me. Yeah. But yeah, Leo obviously very, very strong. Corrin's there. Camilla's very, very strong. Sorry, I feel like male Corrin fans hate me, because I always diss on male Corrin.
Yeah, it's fine. You're associated with me and Satoshi. There's no way they're gonna possibly like us. So
I guess that's true. Yeah.
They've had it pretty hard. I mean, it's yeah.
No.
This should have been a unit that just knocked it out of the park. Instead, he's good.
He's the new Roy.
Legendary. Oh God.
Actually true.
Don't say that. They're gonna come after you now.
I love Roy. I love Roy.
Oh, I know you do, and I agree with you on his units. They constantly make him the jack of all trades and the master of absolutely nothing.
Right.
So, but yeah,
man.
that's nuts to me. I still feel bad about legendary male Corrin. I cannot believe they did that.
Yeah. I mean, back to Camilla for a second. What were they thinking with this unit?
I
holy
don't know.
crap. She literally does everything. The birds were the best melee nukes we had for a couple months. And then they have Camilla, and she's just bird plus. They just gave her everything she needed. They could have at least okay, here's pass, but you don't get the warping. But they're nah, here's pass, warping, and terrain. It's what? Okay. And she's so stacked in almost every single aspect that she can do whatever you want. Like I was talking about earlier, she is the unit you can use Eirika Ring on, and she's just hitting for 4 or 5 times, depending on your captain's go. like, what? And she warping in your face. Or like you were saying, people were like doing text to get past the miasma on turn 1. You just run Celica Ring, and then they have no idea. Like, there's nothing they can do. You're getting warped on. Like,
that's actually the emblem ring that I see the most is Celica Ring, which I thought was crazy. But I mean, obviously not. It works.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was using. Yeah.
Because like the Divine Vein thing, there are like counterplays to that. You can just like apply your own ice, which would block it, or you could just like do some other things. But like Celica Ring, you don't need to rely on the Divine Vein like turn 1 anymore. So yeah, you could just have the freedom to do that warp. It's not as much range as the 6 range that she does have, but it is enough to be very, very effective. So
well, between the two of them, like you're covering all your bases essentially.
Right. Yeah. Are there? I wouldn't know because I don't have Camilla. But has there been any unit that you found Camilla had trouble taking out?
So my SD matches were like, hey, it's a Camilla mirror match. Oh, that's crazy. How could that happen? And it was literally just Camilla versus Camilla, but their Camilla had Miracle from Rhea. And so I just lose. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like the most painful thing in the world. So yeah, I immediately killed a unit for Fatal Smoke after I lost that match because I was like, that's never happening again. But yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I've been struggling with was Rhea Miracles.
That's the first thing I put on her. Like I summoned her and then immediately went over and threw Fatal Smoke on. Like it's really, really good on her.
Yeah,
I mean, Fatal Smoke is really good in general.
So that skill is so valuable.
Yes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because like Rhea's Miracle is super strong, so being able to go over that is just automatically strong.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Personally, when it came to my SES matches, I mainly just banned Camilla's unless the rest of like the teammates kind of did not synergize that well or something like that. Mainly how I've been dealing with Camilla's was basically trying to deal with her turn 1 or like getting the first turn to like do something. It's like very case by case basis depending on the team, and it's obviously not that consistent, but it'll be interesting like how she would fare up against like other 6 range units like Yunaka and things with like on that turn 1, especially at this upcoming map because it is again Yunaka heaven. So I guess we'll see.
You alluded to something there, and I think her biggest weakness is the players who control her. Because they are all so overconfident in her ability.
Man.
I was undefeated on defense, not because I had a good defense, but because I had this one spot that you could just take Camilla and get a free kill. And they would get stuck there. And then the rest of my team, whatever's left, would just take them out. And I thought this was like a meme and a funny thing to do. And then it happened 5 times out of my 11 matches. I was like, oh, well, okay. I guess I'll take that.
I guess players not knowing how to read or plan, how could that happen?
People who have her just assume that they're going to take her in and they're going to win, period. So that is the biggest weakness I've seen so far.
I mean, I guess
I would say her biggest weakness is she has no bulk. Like she's bulkless. That's why Ray Bernadette has come back in such a big way, because if you can vantage her, she just dies, right? Like
exactly.
She just explodes. While I think Eirika has actually like a decent amount of bulk. Like it's not crazy, but it's there. With Camilla, it's just like you sneeze on her a lot of times and she explodes.
Yeah, it's. Oh, go ahead.
Should we be re-looking at Vantage units just in general? I started thinking about this when I was looking at Cam for the latest Hall of Forms, and all of the Hardy Bearing Seals are being used on the snakes. And so the natural enemy to Vantage right now is, Indispose. So that's
right.
I think that's something to re-look at. Absolutely, just units that are naturally good Vantagers are definitely on the rise.
Yep, I mean, that's exactly what happened in SD this season, like 100%, pretty much. Like especially with my Myriads allowing you to have distant counter on units. Like I ran distant counter on Eirika. Around my Myriads on Eirika, and with Bernie, she could just Vantage Sweep. It was really, really gross. So I definitely think that's the case. I was watching 1,000. 1,000 posted a video of Altina killing Camilla and Eirika with Vantage, and it made me so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, she still got it. Now, the question is like, how many units can use Vantage effectively? Right? That's a big thing. And like, can you get units into Vantage range? That's another thing too. And then also worrying about Rhea Miracle, right? Because that could be the thing that could stop you from Vantage sweeping as well. So there's definitely a few
Are you
things.
saying that Brave Martha's back?
No, that's definitely not what I'm saying. I'm saying the opposite, actually. I think Brave Marth never existed and everyone was on copium. But,
I think my entire Discord just cheered for me though. That's
oh, I'm sure they did.
Oh yeah.
Brave Marth mentioned what? But yeah, I definitely think that's the case. Like if they release a new Vantage, like this would be the time to do it. Like that would be like the biggest way to capitalize on it, essentially.
Right. Like one of Camilla's biggest weaknesses, or at least ways to counter her, and you know, not only her but like all the other nukes as well. It'll be interesting to see like if Vantage actually does become very, very common. And we see Hardy Bearing preoccupied on the save. I wonder, like, what sort of like sweep effects people will bring in order to try to deal. Obviously, this doesn't work with like NCD units, but there are a lot of tanks that, or just units in general that don't have NCD, and yeah, I wonder, like, again, after Vantage 4. IS will be like, hey, now we have Windsweep 4. Again, it all comes back to Windsweep 4. It will happen.
And then after that, they go, here's the Hardy Bearing Echo you've always wanted. And they sell it for like on a limited unit. And like, they're like, this is the only rerun ever, guys. And like, oh my gosh, stop it, IS.
I would cry. I would cry if they did a Hardy Bearing Echo. It's like, that's just, man. No, please no. That no good comes of that.
I could see them doing it. But hopefully not, because I like Vantage. I like Vantage a lot, so I hope they don't do that, personally. But yeah, I don't know. It's a very interesting place. Like, it's kind of funny that like less than 2 months ago we were talking about how we were in a complete tank meta, like more like a save meta, to be honest, like a save meta.
Save meta.
Yep. And then now we've completely shifted to just like these crazy nukes because they've just like every month here's a new pass nuke. But I mean, the real culprit, in my opinion, is Sakura, because like even with these crazy pass nukes, even with their Kanto built in. Right, if you just Kanto control them, you can usually trade back, and then you're just kind of in a trade war. Okay, I was about to make a joke. Never mind. But with Sakura, you can't really do that, right? Like they can just get back to safety. So I think Sakura's like the real culprit, enabling this new nuke meta that's emerging. I'm just afraid they're gonna release a new pass nuke every single month. That's my biggest fear right now.
Well, let's not forget the other piece to that you didn't say is they go in. They hit harder and then they escape. Like that Sakura is ridiculous. That unit is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Right, because like if Camilla was just like stranded there, you could just easily just retaliate and it's like no problem. And so, which is again what happened on your Ether Raids, Joel. But like, if they had like Sakura, then they could just Kanto all the way back and it was like no problem. And so, yeah, I guess that is true. The rise of the nuke meta is due to the fact that you can safely retreat, and like the extra damage from Sakura is like obviously helpful as well. But being able to safely retreat, I think, goes a long way in making like initiating like very, very like more strong and more prevalent than just like holding back.
It's the entire package there. I mean, there's so many things with that unit, and you throw in healer shenanigans with ice lock, and it just it's nuts.
Yeah. Right. She literally does everything essentially, right? Like she offers support, like offensive support. She breaks Kanto. She gives you Kanto ally recall or whatever you want to call it, right? She gives you more true damage. She herself can do damage. As a healer, she has Ice Lock, and she can also do a flash special with like a Lin Ring, which means that if they do have like a weakness to NCD or to flash effects, you can do that as well. Like she just does literally everything essentially in one unit, which is like absurd, because I think if you asked the person a year ago, our healer is going to be meta, they would say no, right?
like it's funny because like it like even normal healers, it just takes one skill, Ice Lock, to make them actually usable. Like I saw someone run an SDS brigade with like 4 Lissas, which was actually insane. And I'm pretty sure part of the reason why they got to rank 1 is because of Ice Lock. Like Ice is super powerful, and as we've mentioned, like one of the main ways to deal with the onslaught of 6 ranged units. So, but Sakura obviously
is it
being
time for my
right?
Is it time for my rank 1 Lucius run? Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
TM1 did SD with Mercedes, like base Mercedes. I saw basically Linhart in SD runs. Obviously Hilda, but Hilda's kind of a special case, right? She's like just good. But I mean, just with Ice Lock, you can make a healer work essentially at this point.
Yep. Yeah, now's the time for Lucius to shine, Joel. The world is your oyster.
I'm dusting him off. It's time
Evil
for him
wrist banner.
to rise again.
We'll get Fallen Wrist, this Fallen Banner, and it'll have like all the Ice Locks that people will need.
Oh my gosh.
I would love
I'd
that
be down
so
for that.
much.
New arcane staff with Ice Lock? I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be great.
We thought we were gonna get engaged, but we got Fallen Wrist instead. Like, yes, sign me up.
Best time. I mean, hey, Riss was like actually killing it during the FEH channel, you know? Like he was getting mega buffed.
It was a teaser to what was
that.
actually the 35th anniversary celebration.
Oh man. Oh my god.
Yeah. For the 35th anniversary, we did have a FEH channel with quite a lot of things. Quite a lot of summons, I guess is the best way to put it. 108 summons is kind of insane. Not gonna lie. I don't think I've actually kept up with all of them. That's just like a lot. But yeah, what were your overall thoughts on the FEH channel that they did?
I wasn't expecting it that week, personally. I know it had a possibility, but I wasn't expecting it. So it kind of caught me a little bit off guard. There's good and bad, right? Like I think in most FEH channels are like that at this point. Not like directly bad. Like it's not like they're announcing like FEH Pass plus 20 or something like that, right?
Right.
But like it had the good points where I think finally FEH is giving out things for free, which is cool. Because other gachas just give out a lot of free stuff, and with as many heroes as we have in FEH, they could give out 100 free summons every anniversary, and it's not hurting their wallets at all, right? Like, I think we can agree on that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I saw them doing that, right? They gave out like a decent amount of orbs. Like it's not like, your anniversary year 1 where we got 100, but like we got, 20 something. That's pretty not bad. I'll take it. I think when it comes to rewards, they did a very good job. When it comes to actual content, I mean, we have the actual content they have for the anniversary isn't coming out until next month, I believe, right?
It's in May, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's like the one thing where I'm kind of like, and it is an event. It's not a game mode, which is my other complaint. We really need a game mode, right? Like a weekly game mode or even a bi-weekly game mode. This is like an event. We don't know how often it's going to be here. Is it going to be, once a month, every 3 months, like Seer Snare, or like who knows? But I'm glad to see at least something, right? At least they didn't just like not have any type of content. I'm glad with that. And then obviously the Tiki banner, which we'll talk about a lot more later. I think thematically it's a very, very cool banner. The units, but the thematic idea of it is great.
I think the way I've come to terms with it is I don't know if I'd call it good, but I would definitely call it fun.
Yeah.
All the summons are really fun for people. Like that's a big part of why they play this game, and that's really cool. I have no idea about this game mode. I think I'm going to like it, but I mean, just to really hammer down on what you said, I need something with meat on it. Like
Yes.
I need more stuff. Like you've been coasting for a while now, and we need an actual legit game mode update, because this is we need a little bit something,
and one that is like legitimately hard too, because like basically the only hard content right now is PvP. And for a while, I was a bit unsure of whether or not like the player base would appreciate like hard content in a PvE fashion. But after that like limited heroes battle with Needhogger and Larather, limited only to Binding Blades worlds, sure, there was a lot of people being frustrated with it, let's just say. But I think that also like gave an opportunity for the community to come together and also, try to figure things out. And for us as content creators, it also created an opportunity to make really good content. Like the stream that I did trying to figure that out did a lot better than I thought it would. Like, not to like humble brag or anything, but it was like over 100 concurrent viewers at some point, which is insane for watching like actual Fae gameplay and not like summons, at least for my channel.
Oh no, like that's good since, I mean, when did we last have that? When that was a big deal, like 2018?
Right.
I mean,
like actual PvE content too, right? It's not PvP content.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like
exactly.
That is absolutely insane. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like,
but I think you said it really well. Sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted you to say that, but yes.
Yeah.
I think
so yeah,
us
brings,
coming together.
Yes. Coming together with solutions, screenshotting our victories and bragging about them. The essence of gachas, flexing. Like it was really, really good. Like I liked it a lot. And I mean, I still have my same complaints I do have with limited hero battles, in that being limited in the units you can use sucks, like just flat out. But like if we can have challenging content that doesn't rely on that, I think we could see that sort of same interaction or that same phenomenon. And yeah, I don't think this new mode is it. It'll be very fun since I am a Brave Crom fan, and we could just like stack bonuses and he'll be Omega busted. But yeah, it's not a substitute for actual PvE content for sure.
I have a sneaking suspicion that you're not gonna care that he's busted, because every unit can be busted. We'll see when it comes out. I don't know that it's gonna be all that challenging.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see like the scam showcases with plus 99 to all stats on Crom, and then that'll fill my satisfaction.
I'll be disappointed if we don't get those. Like, I think that's like a must.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is like we got the guaranteed legendary hero summons, which is cool. Like they've been pretty coy on giving out legendaries or like mythics or anything like that. Like they typically like do it like once or twice a year or like something like that, right? Like it's usually the new mythic and then like maybe one at Anniversary. I'm glad they did that. The other thing though is like they didn't give out the best legendaries. Like obviously Alencia is like a god tier legendary because she wasn't even an option. Like what's going on here, IS? Like I get it. I mean I understand.
Alencia is just way too powerful, Like we can't have anyone get her hands on that unit. Us mere mortals are not deserving. But
it's a few. It's like no Alencia, no Sakura, and no Shez.
No Sakura was kind of expected.
No, Shez is there.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
Like how is Shez there, but Alencia is not? That's crazy.
That's actually true. What? How did that happen?
There's somebody who knows. They know how powerful Alencia is. They're like, no, we can't do this.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, I think that the gift wise, it's very, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did a really good job of capturing like the feel of like OG Fire Emblem, right? Like the celebrating the actual 35 years. I think they did a really good job with that.
Mm-hmm.
Just with like their presentation of like the like the 16-bit like characters and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously the banner, which we're about to talk about. Like that banner, just based off vibes, right? Before we even saw the actual banner trailer, we just saw the actual like units. The vibes were like immaculate. Like, it was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Yeah, I think the ancient banner is like the best like original new concept that's not part of like a standard seasonal rotation or anything like that we've had in a long while, I would say. Like the idea of visiting these units back in ancient times, I think is really, really cool. It reminds me a little bit of like when we had like Mythic Altina. Like obviously we only had like 2 art pieces of Altina, and from that we had a unit Altina, and it was really cool seeing like the pastimes of Tellius being in full front in Fae. But obviously to celebrate the 35th anniversary, we have Arcanea, and seeing like Daga, Goto, and Medius, most pointingly, like back when they were still around, it's the best way to put it, is really, really, just as a theme, I think it was really compelling. And yeah. all that words just to say I think it's really cool.
It's something that folks have been begging for a while,
Right.
and that's to have heroes expand on the lore and not just try to
Exactly.
sell us PNGs. You know, so
Right.
it's a big deal. The precedent is excellent.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like one of the biggest strengths Faye has that they don't take advantage of is that, right? Expanding on characters who aren't playable, who had more minor roles in the story, right? Like those lore characters, like they did with Altina. I think is probably their best example, just because she's gotten so much content. But you know, we've also seen it with Elamine. We've also seen it with like Euler and stuff like that as well, right? And I think it's great. I think they should keep doing that. I think that's a great place to market things that other Fire Emblem games can't market towards, right? Like use that as your advantage, essentially. The other thing, of course, is like having the characters from different games interact, which they do okay. I think they do it okay, but like they could emphasize that a little bit more. When it comes to the actual banner, like I think seeing Medius in his like Earth Dragon form was really cool. Goto back when he's more of a dragon, and then Naga's art is like, oh my god,
so good.
Like, whoever drew that art, it's so good.
It's fantastic.
I really wish her like the unit was as good as the art was, because she'd be meta breaking that. Tiki, I mean, you know, everybody knows my opinion on young Tiki. I think she's kind of like overdone a little bit. Obviously, you know, for the anniversary, that's a good choice just because like they've already done Marth so much, I guess. They wanted to do like more of a Dragons theme. Right. Personally, I think they could have done Henri. I think that would have been like the ultimate choice because you're getting kind of a version of Marth, right? But you're getting like his ancestor. And I think that would just been cool. And he's a new hero, which we don't actually like. That banner has no new heroes on it, even though it's a new heroes banner. They're all old units, or they're all old characters, right? Right. So I think that could have been cool. But I get it, right? Like especially in Japan, like they adore young Tiki, so it makes sense to go that direction.
Yeah. And the plushie's like super cute.
Like it's
so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish it was aided so that we could have that plushie as an accessory. Like that would have been super hype. But I guess being in is it attuned? Yeah, attuned. It's fine, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. And
am I the only one who thinks that the echo skill is just okay?
Oh, it's garbage. It's not garbage, but it's not great.
It's
it's
all
Scowl
right.
Echo. Sorry, there it is.
Yeah.
I feel like Scowl itself isn't very strong right now, so like getting an echo of it's like especially when you've just got like, you know, DR having tempo, NCD, Dole all like compare that to like a Gimp Scowl. I'm good.
Yeah, it's funny because like Scowl would actually be good if Alm was like everywhere, but Alm isn't everywhere, so like who cares?
It's fine. I used him. That's what matters. Okay.
I see. But yeah, I don't know. The Scowl Echoes just it's not something someone should summon for in like at all. Like if you were to summon for Tiki, it would be for Tiki herself, not for like Scowl.
Well, I mean, is it for Tiki or is it for the most broken special we've ever had, Dragon Flame? It's really broken.
And literally, yeah. Yeah. I will be real. I don't know how Dragon Flame got bugged to the point where it ignores defensive specials. Like, because like nothing in that special relates to that in any sort of way. So I don't know how that bug got introduced in like the code. Like, it makes no sense to me.
Someone's copying
someone,
code.
Someone was, yeah, right.
Someone used
GitHub
sake Copilot, and this is the result.
Someone had too much sake at work, and they were just like, Alm special, that's the same thing. Click, okay.
Like, wouldn't it be funny if, and everyone had a good laugh, like, okay, delete that, and then they passed out, forgot to.
Right.
I don't know I don't know, but I'm with you, DTM. I have no idea how that happened. That is, yeah.
I swear to God, if it actually is because of GitHub Copilot or another totally legit AI coding tool causing this, I was like, oh wow, that would be like the perfect representation.
Well, we saw the intelligence systems layout of employees, right? They released that recently. And it was I think there was only 3 like coders on the whole team, something like that. Like it was not a lot. Like it was mostly art and like effects. Like it was like 90% of like their workforce.
Right. Well, I don't think coding wise, there's a lot to maintain. Like it's mainly just like systems and servers and stuff. Like I think 3 people given like a standard 8 to 5 job can generally handle it. But yeah, I have no idea how this got in, if I'm gonna be completely honest.
I mean, general, but I mean, we've seen the evidence that they might not be able
maybe.
to. How many bug specials have we had in the past 2 months? Like 4 now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit.
I mean, I will say, even though Dragon Flame is super bugged, like the fact that it is limited to dragons and I mean, it just basically means that the impact is limited, right? Because like how often do you actually see defensive melee specials? It's like basically godlike reflexes and legendary Fae. Sorry, Mask, but yeah, legendary Fae got affected. But yeah, thankfully it wasn't like on a special that was ranged or something like that. That would have been crazy.
Oh my gosh. Imagine that. Oh, yeah. Frost Moon's just completely broken.
It should have been, honestly. Like Frost Moon.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah. I got a big message on how this just absolutely wrecks Aether Raid's defense, and I just wanted to say, I mean, wasn't it already wrecked? But they were showing how you could just go and blast defenses with Tiki right now, and you can. I mean, it's a very viable way to use her. But yeah, overall,
you can do it with Camilla though, or Eirika too, or you not,
or like literally anyone. Yeah. Honestly, when it comes to Tiki, like, I feel like she's kind of a fraud because I think we all sort of said like she feels like the current best Omni tank, and then that just turned out not to be the case. Like, she's actually
hold on, she might still be the best Omni tank, but it's Omni tanks are not in a great spot right now. Like that's
I guess that's
let's face it.
I don't know though. Like when I one tap her with Eirika. That makes me very, like, I don't understand why I was able to do that. Like, when that happened, I laughed so hard I couldn't breathe, and I immediately sent it to Satoshi and DTM the second it happened. Like, that doesn't happen to Ike. I'm just saying, Desert Ike doesn't get one tapped. Like, I don't know what happened. I heard someone say, like, her DR was bugged, but I haven't heard that from anywhere else. So I just, like, that's just, like, a grapevine, like, thing I heard. But, like, maybe that's why, because I feel like she should not be getting one tapped with that much flat DR she has in her kit. Like, it's so much.
I mean, I just think it comes down to the fact that Winter Allure is just better, sadly. Like, the Miracle is just really, really strong. And so...
I don't think Winter Allure is that good. I think Winter Allure fell off, too, to be honest. Like, Camilla just
I guess that's true.
I mean, like Joel was saying, Omni tanks are kind of not in the best spot right now. Especially in summer duels, in my opinion. Like, Legendary Fae is probably... I like her probably better, but, like, I'm gonna be real, like who has Legendary Fae maxed out other than Mask? Like, people
right.
Like, so it's kind of hard to get like the best metrics on that per se. So I don't know. Like, I'm sure Tiki's good. I think Tiki's biggest problem is that, and it's all dragons' problems really. Like every dragon we've seen the past year mostly has had this problem where their stats are just way too spread thin. Like they're like everywhere, right? Yeah. Like Tiki wants, like every tank wants HP, right? Like you need HP. She wants speed, res, and defense. Like that's a lot of stats to need to be able to tank effectively. That's why typically we see non-speedy tanks like last longer, right? Because they just don't have their stats so spread so thin. So maybe that's why. And like if you have like a plus 10 Tiki, she's probably doing well. I don't know. She got one tap by Eirika, so I don't know anymore. I just don't know.
I mean, we did notice when we were watching the trailer that she did have an alarmingly low HP value. So maybe that's just why. Like. The HP isn't there, and maybe again it was plus 10, so okay, never mind.
Like I'm like plus 10 summoner support, like you should be able to survive a hit. Like I don't know.
To be fair, I think she's supposed to be an Aether Raids unit, and you can patch up HP much easier.
That is true. Yeah,
very true, very true. Easy plus 15, like
that's a lot of HP, like 99 Arden vibes. But yeah.
I mean,
so I guess like on Tiki we're kind of mixed, like on our overall thoughts are.
I mean, I still think she's the best in the banner, but I don't think that's going to be saying much, as we will talk about later or very soon.
Is it fair to put her like on the same level as the Corins? Like I feel about the same way. Like she's good. Are you summoning for her? Probably not. Like that's. I feel like she's in that same boat.
Yeah, I think she's like slightly better, but I don't know if that's just me being biased against Corrin, because that could be a real thing.
I mean, just because she's a fodder factory though, because I mean, just being a fodder factory makes her better. I mean, that absolutely increases her stock.
I mean, and she comes with 2 really, really good skills, like right off the bat. Like,
yeah,
that 3 really.
True,
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I'm biased. Well, Corrin, you kind of want to upgrade his kit like immediately, almost. So I'm kind of like,
I mean, I will say, like, at least Corrin can act as like a save, so he does have that advantage of not needing to act as an Omni tank or like a frontline, which is really difficult right now. Along with like all the armor skills and stuff. But yeah, I guess in terms of like value, the fodder that Tiki can provide is really, really good, especially for dragon lovers. And yeah, I don't know. I guess it is fair to say they're kind of similar in that they're good, but they're definitely not units you summon because they're good or meta or anything like that.
It doesn't help that the rest of the banner is really mid, too.
Oh, like, yeah. It's so bad, I mean? Actually.
Yeah. I guess we should start with Naga. I guess go back to Naga. Naga, like, she's so gorgeous. And, like, I'm like, I want this unit to be good. And then you just look at her kit, and it's like, man, you are missing a lot of things. Like, you do not feel like a 2025 unit. You feel like a 2023 unit. Or, like early 24, maybe. Like, yeah, you get, like, Frozen. Like, that's good. Guard is like, what were they thinking? Like, that is not what you should be giving out. My biggest problem is like her preference C skill. Like, it has guidance 5, which is really cool, and it gives the dragon effectiveness and like neutralizes dragon effectiveness. But there needs to be something more, right? Like, I think they need to make it so like the effects she gets for herself, she gives out as well, like the flat DR and like the stats and stuff. But I think if they did that, that would have been enough to make her usable, especially on a dragon team, right? But like, without that, she just feels like she's really underwhelming. Like, I mean, she's better than Base Naga, but Base Naga is used because she's a mythic, not because she's like necessarily good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone brought up that she's actually the way she's designed, she's the perfect support for Tiki, and that's really the pairing that they were looking for. And it's interesting looking at her skills. Like I could see that, but then I also have the Shadows joke in the back of my head where this banner was done in 2023 and they just sat on it for 2 years. So there's that too. I don't know, but it is interesting to think about her as a pairing with Tiki, and it's some of that stuff you can kind of make some sense out of. I don't know. I'm reaching here.
Yeah. I also don't think it helps that her kit itself like doesn't really have great fodder. Like, she introduces attack res mirror trace, which is like one unit's gonna use that, right? Like, like they could have definitely given her better fodder. I don't know. Like, they kind of missed the mark, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like all they needed was to, provide the Seteth effect. Like, Seteth is a 3-star, 4-star unit, and he has more reason to use in various modes, including Summoner's Duels, than Naga has right now, just simply because he can provide the true damage and the flat damage reduction. Like, again, as you said, if Naga just had that, providing that as a support, not just to herself, you could see people use her. Like, maybe not to the prevalence that Seteth has, because, he's a 3-star, 4-star unit, but you'll definitely see a lot more Nagas because, there's multiple teams. True damage and flat damage reduction is good, actually. So, yeah, I don't know. This banner was definitely 2023, really putting the Ancient in this Ancient banner. I mean, that's how it feels. So yeah,
I think you guys were reacting, and Satachi said as soon as he read Guard, he knew this unit was dead in the water because it's wasted preference capital. Right. So that should have been some other effect, and I have to agree with that. That is absolutely a thing that should have been replaced.
So it's so bad. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But then we have Goto, right? And I think Goto, like, I mean, I like that he's like young and stuff. That's really cool. But like, they could have made him a little bit more different than his Mythic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, just a bit more like cool AOE DR. That's nice. Like, his weapon isn't necessarily bad or anything, but it's missing that effect that makes him like stand out. Like in today's age, you just can't be good. You have to be great. Like.
And like base Goto like had the advantage of being a mythic. Like sure you need to +10 him or something like that, but like there is a reason to use him if like you're facing off against AoE teams back then. But like this Goto, especially nowadays where basically the only AoE you really see is Emblem Sigurd. At least to my basically just Emblem Sigurd. Thor doesn't count because she doesn't really do damage. There's not really a reason to use Goto if like the main thing he has going for him is the AoE that separates him from like other mage nukes is the AoE damage reduction. So a little bit unfortunate there.
I mean, let's face it. The best thing that he brought in was Attacker's Havoc, which I think is a good B skill. Like that's it's nice.
That skill is godly. I think that skill is that's might be one of the best things on the banner. Like that's probably going to be the thing that ages the best on the banner. Honestly, that skill, like being able to just be like, no, you don't get dual strike. No, you don't get triangle attack. Especially in a place where like the more budget player, even not budget players, have been using Cordelia and Patria more just because of like the exactly with the combo with the Lin, right? Yeah. So being able to just turn that off is really, really nice. On top of all the other things it does, right? Like
it gets rid of Pathfinder too.
I definitely want that. Exactly. Yeah. Gets rid of Pathfinder, gets rid of like the Braves, debuffs the enemies, and you even get like Kanto 1, which is like, okay, sure, why not, right? Let's just throw that in there. I think that's definitely the best thing he's offering because everything else is like pretty like normal to or below average. Like that's where I'm pretty much at with him.
I mean, I've seen preference skills with this much text, but this is inheritable. Like that's right. It's very nice.
Yeah. They should have put this on his weapon instead and like swapped it.
I mean, honestly, I feel like that would also like made him very strong immediately because like I think people forgot how good Schism is like back in the Catria Ball days. But like it's like dual strike, triangle attack, and especially Pathfinder still see quite a bit of use nowadays. So like I think Havoc is just going to be the mainstay for this banner, which is kind of funny that it is a single skill, but I mean, kind of makes sense given the state of this banner, unit-wise.
Right. And unlike like a unit like Atri who can do this, he's an infantry, so he could have even had cancel control, right? So like it's like a double win. Yeah. But they did it. I don't know why they didn't go that route, but they didn't. I mean, it's good for everybody else, right? Because it's better to have it as a skill. That way you can put it on other units.
Yeah. I think the other one is Medius, the traitor for having On Guard now on a blessable unit. Like, the Bolt Tower cult will not stand for this. Like, this is an attack on our identity.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, Medius is here. Thankfully, I don't think he'll be used that often. I know, like, I believe it's either Infantry Pulse or Tactic, I can't remember, have been really high. Have been really high on this Medius, but
absolutely Infantry Pulse loves this unit.
Infantry Pulse pretty much corrupted Tactic's mind, and now Tactic is on train.
Gosh darn it.
But you're not talking about the best thing about this unit, and that's the sprite, which is god tier.
Yes,
it's so
really good. Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, like in the conversation for best sprite in the game, I don't know if he actually makes it there, but it's really a great sprite.
It's a great, I like it. It's very unique for a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I think this unit is cool. Like, it's cool to have blessable on guard. I think it's a little bit late. Like, we probably should have this a couple of years ago.
Yeah, probably.
Especially because we have Medius coming up for a refine, I think, next month, right? I think Medius is getting refined. So I feel like you're going to have this unit invested in, and then you're going to get Mythic Medius, and he's just going to be better. And you're like, oh, I'll go back to Mythic Medius. I think the thing they could have done to make this unit really cool is one of two things. One, put Canto Control in his weapon. You're combining two effects into a weapon, and then you're also having an open C slot, which would have been really cool. Or you put Canto Control in the C slot, and we finally have Canto Control 3 summonable, right? Either one's a big win, in my opinion. Like, so that's kind of what I was hoping they'd go for. I mean, this is fine, but I just don't think this unit, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, where do I put this on defense, right? I'm waiting for the Entry Pulse video to drop, because I have no faith right now.
I mean, I think it just comes down to the fact that Bolt Tower, I say this as like the leader of the Bolt Tower cult, is generally not that useful these days. Like, it doesn't give as many wins as it used to back then, because we just have very, very powerful offense units that don't need Bolt Tower. We have so many strats on offense that don't need Bolt Tower. So it's just like, okay, you can compromise your defense by including Medius, who's only good for denying Bolt Tower. And that doesn't help with the actual threats you're going to be seeing on offense. So, yeah.
Right.
We do need to back up just 1 second, though, and recognize that we are talking about whether this unit is meta relevant or not. And this is a unit in the 4-star pool.
Very true.
So that's true, actually.
That in and of itself is an amazing thing. Like, that
is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bravo. Excellent job on that. I thank you for finally putting a 4-star unit that we can at least have a conversation about this. So I do like that.
Yeah, and unlike Seth, he didn't need to refine. He just debuted good. So
yes.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, like, they've been doing a lot better this year. Like, we got Tana in the New Year's banner. We just got Elise on the Fates Kids banner, and now Medius as well. They've been doing a lot better with the 4-star special rate, or the special demotes or whatever, which I think is great. Like, I'm just so glad they're doing that, because, like, it's something, right? Like, hey, this is your favorite character. At least they have a preference weapon, right? Like, that's a big step up from, like, having to use inheritable weapons or, like, waiting for the arcane sword for 3 years, right? Like, so
Right.
Thank God for that.
Or having your unit be Skaha and he comes out as just a generic sword unit. Like, that's tough.
Or being a Beast fan and only having one arcane weapon. I'm just saying.
Okay, beasts are doing fine. Like, we just talked about, we're just talking about this dragon banner sucking, right? Like, dragons need something more.
Hold on.
They just got a banner.
The 1%er beasts are doing just fine. Like, the rest of them really need an upgrade. Like, they need an inheritable beast.
We got
an arcane
Nyla and
beast
Tibarn. They're part of the 99%. They're just like, please something.
I just said arcane
got, like,
beast
healing hands
tome.
over here.
I must be tired. That's
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys know what I mean.
Yeah. It's definitely the healing hands that are definitely the ones standing at the top right now. Though they're starting to show their age a little bit.
A little bit,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've seen people saying the snakes are dead, and I'm like, you guys are way overreacting. Like,
They're not
yeah.
dead
Calm
yet.
down.
Like, they're still very prevalent, but
Yeah.
they are starting to not be as invincible as they were.
They're showing, yeah. I mean, I'm all for the propaganda. Like, if we want to propaganda the snakes out of the meta, I'm down. But, like, let's be real.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, despite the disappointments of the actual units themselves, I think, like, again, this ancient banner, aesthetics wise, is really, really good. And honestly, I think if we made April new heroes, like this ancient theme, similar to how we have, like, fallen new heroes as, like, the May theme, I mean, I think
Yeah.
I'd be so down for that. Like, there's
Oh my
so many
gosh.
potential opportunities with this ancient theme.
If they do this for
KCB.
Tellius, oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
That KCB was talking about how an ancient 3 houses would sell like hotcakes, and he's probably right. Like, that would be interesting. So I
mean, it would be like
there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It would have to be like, what? Saros, Nemesis, Sothis, and then, like,
and
some of...
probably Sedith, probably
Oh, yeah, Seth or Flame, yeah. They could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
one of those. Yeah,
Man, KCB really likes to sabatage himself, doesn't he?
I know.
Jeez.
Like,
he does
just
absolutely.
destroying his wallet by willing things into existence. But yeah, like, you can do it from 3 houses. You can do it from Tellius. You can do it for Awakening. I'm just going to throw Awakening bias here.
Who would it be for Awakening?
It'll have Lucina and Crom and
Wait,
Lissa.
how? That's not ancient. There's something ancient about them.
They'll
You are
find-
such an You
they'll
are
find
such
a
an
way.
Awakening fan. I don't want to hear this. Get out of here.
But
Oh man.
in all seriousness, like, okay, I know people made the joke about how FE6 ancient is just FE7, but, like, they could do something with, like, FE6 ancients.
I mean, they could
That's
definitely do
pretty
it for FE7.
Yeah.
FE7, they have all, like, the whole Elamine and Athos faction
Yeah, yeah.
to go with. Like, it's easy mode. Like, Ancient Nurgle would go so hard. Oh my god.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Ignores dosage.
So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for this theme. So I do hope that, IS does expand on it. Like, I think it's only Fallen of, like, the new heroes theme that has really stuck. Like Adrift, unfortunately didn't stick.
Thank God.
Well, I thought the Adrift theme was really good. It was just like, at the time, people didn't like the unit selection. Because I do think Adrift as a concept works really, really well.
The seventh Camilla in a year.
Right, yeah, exactly. I was so mad when I saw that banner. I just remember, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, can we... That's when the outrage started. And then the Hot Springs Camilla showed up and just like was the final straw. Like everyone exploded. Like no more Camilla, stop it. And then she stopped showing up for like years.
So you know the problem with this banner is that it's such a neat idea, and we're not going to support it with our orbs because we can't afford that. And so I hope it doesn't look like the community doesn't like it, because I mean by and large I've heard really good things about this. It just the units weren't as well designed, so it's tough to really support it.
Hopefully Japan carries us. Like they're like, hey, because they're like, this is their jam, right? So like maybe they'll just carry the banner for us,
right?
And then it'll be fine.
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Money wise, North America definitely carries FEH, so that's But I hope you're right.
Definitely.
But yeah,
I mean, if they want to get rid of it and bring back pirates, I won't complain.
The pirate train propaganda still continues. I see.
Forever until it comes back.
Did that? I don't remember at the time. Did that banner not do well? Pirates? Like I am baffled as to why they took that away.
Because Pirates was literally the banner before CYL every single year.
Oh
yeah. Oh, and so it was just
they really set it up to fail. Okay. They set it up to fail. Literally.
You're right.
Yeah. Don't worry. If they move Pirates to another slot, I'm sure they'll have the redemption. But we shall see what they do in the future. But yeah, hopefully IS continues this theme. I'm not advocating you to spend money on this banner because you shouldn't. But maybe like leave some feedback or show your appreciation publicly or something like that, and maybe they'll listen. Hopefully, I mean they did send out that survey, so maybe.
And they really do read feedback. Like that's we joke, but they absolutely do read those. There's a lot of evidence to that.
Definitely. I think the only other thing that's remaining are the refines, which for the most part were kind of not great, but there's some that did pretty well. I know it's kind of a meme, but I did see Fernand get into the SES data because of the stall. So I guess Fernand fans can have that win for now.
Yup.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just glad they didn't treat the dude terribly, because they typically do. So I'm glad he got a good refine finally. He's very similar to Hector, but still, getting a ton of flat DR and rocks, I'm down for it. So that made me very happy. And then, of course, both me and you, DTM, are giant Lyncha fans.
Oh,
so
yes. Yep.
I'm glad she got a good refine, because I was very afraid they were gonna, because she was a free unit, and also like she kind of like was the unit who made duos like evil. Everyone was like, oh,
literally
Lyncha, huh?
Literally responsible for having everyone get dual hindrances on their defense. Like it was just because of her that happened.
Utterly destroyed my my dual Micaiah, who I was having so much fun. Like I would pair her up with Matthew, and I mean, see the Gen 1 unit just destroy folks. It was hilarious, and that was my fun was ruined. But how did I get left off of the Lyncha fan? Like I have a +10. I love that unit.
Oh, do you? I didn't know you had a +10.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Well, it's because you have so many cool duos at +10. I forget. Mr. Crom and Dagger and everybody else. I'm like, okay.
Share the dual luck with us. I need that dual luck for
I know,
Lucina.
Right? Oh my gosh. I got 3 Summer O'Lears, 3, and no Lucinas, and I'm just like, game, please, like show mercy already. Like, I'm at like 1,800 orbs on this Lucina.
I'll loan you the small human, because that's how I got that crown. I guess. What was it, like 7 and 200 orbs? That was the stupidest luck I've ever had in my life.
I think going to be a news article on the internet. Gacha player loans child to other gacha player for luck.
I mean, I'll take that. I'm like 1,400 orbs into this Ninja Lucina and I only have a +4 copy. So like, it's rough out here. My luck has always been terrible. And so I'm just asking Faye to have some mercy.
Stop, Mr. Like 500 orbs plus 10 Valentine's Lucina. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that about covers it for today. It's obviously
one more thing. So we are getting a Mythic this month. So is there any like preference you guys have for it being the last 2 seasons? I guess we have like Astra and Dark. So is like any predictions? Because do you think we're getting Hother or Baldr here? It's a possibility, but I kind of doubt it still. I think they're like June heroes.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, Baldr's not dead yet. Like, her invincibility is just removed. She is not actually dead. So I don't think they'll have Baldr here. So it'll probably be in June where we'll get Baldr.
I think it's usually June. So I'm guessing Astra though. It feels right. I have no real basis for that, but I feel like they would give us that next. I don't know. I know that I'm likely gonna have to +10 2 units this year, and I've got Brave Sharena and then this next Mythic. So that's what I'm hoping goes well. We'll see though. I wouldn't mind if they waited so I could save up more orbs.
I think I guess like if it's gonna be like it's either Hother or because we don't really have an OC to fill the spot, right? Unless they go like old school and they bring out like Elm or something like that, right?
They're not gonna do Elm, I swear.
Please,
it's
please. No, I will like actually rage on stream if it's Fafnir. This is our chance for another actual Mythic character. I would be so happy. Like I'll be happy with Hother too because I like Hother. But like if we get another actual Mythic this year, like that's like such a big win because we haven't had that for so long, especially not in this quick of a succession.
Yeah, I think we'll get an actual Mythic. Like. Generally, the OCs happen later, as I think you've mentioned in previous episodes. So, I personally think Dark Mythic would be really cool because
defense is terrible.
Yeah, and I don't think we have a Dark reinforcement slot unit yet. So
no, we don't.
Like, I mean, we all know the reinforcement slot doesn't really do anything on defense, but like they probably still want to fill that out, right? So.
Right.
Yeah. Wheels.
Mythic Sephirin. Maybe I asked.
Maybe.
A little bit of Astra in there.
We shall see.
The unit will have if unit has pass, then unit doesn't have pass. That'll be part of the story.
That's IS design right there. Yep.
Yes.
Unit has pass. No.
Yes.
Stop.
Just no. Yeah.
Unit has salvage. No. Bad. Okay.
If your name is Nurgle, then you don't do anything anymore.
Yeah. I will say, you bringing up Baldr just reminded me of the most important release that Faye has done this past month, and that is Baldr Moves. That is so good. Like best April Fool's video ever, I think, of the ones I've experienced so far. It's so good. Like, yeah.
It's either this or the Faye one for me. I feel like the Faye one because it was so out of nowhere and it was so funny seeing Faye with just 9999 stats.
That's
like those are probably my top 2.
I wasn't there, but I can't
help I can't help but think we have an inflated view of this one because last year's was so bad. It was like the whole thing with it being late, and then when it got here, it was a weird video that just didn't look like they spent a lot of time on it. This one, it looks like they really poured some love into, which I mean, it always makes me feel better about the game. So it was great though; they did a great job.
Fantastic! I was laughing the entire time. It completely caught me off guard.
Yeah, and the subtitles and the lyrics and everything. Oh my goodness, it was so good.
Yeah.
I will say though, Edgeworth did it better on the updated autopsy reports. So, Phoenix Wright fans, we still win this, and yeah, thank you to, as always, for for being on this podcast. Always super fun to discuss things about Faye with y'all.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Let us know down in the comments what your favorite addition was to FEH this past month. And yeah, hope to see you all next time. And hope you all have an amazing rest of the day. And yeah, good night, everyone.
And also, DTM is doing a Fates playthrough that
Yes.
you should absolutely watch. So
Yes.
go check that out. DTM has been upping his live game for a while now, so I definitely go and check that out. I missed the first one. I haven't gone back and watched it, but I am looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's been fun
I will
so far.
also be there raging.
Yeah. I mean, so far I'm having a lot of fun with it. And yeah, normally I guess I'll plug. They're generally going to be on Sundays at 6 p.m. Pacific, but if I feel the urge, it might be earlier or more frequent. We shall see. We'll play it by ear. But yeah, I guess thank you for giving me the opportunity to plug that in. But yeah, thank you everyone. Hope you all have an amazing rest of the day. And see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.